Welcome back to Paisanos Let's Cook. Today we're going to be doing something I grew up eating, sausage, peppers, potatoes, and onion. The potatoes are a little twist in the way I cook it. So what you'll need for this dish, we have about 2.5 pounds of sausage. You can use mild, sweet, hot. I mix hot and sweet. We've got a large yellow onion. Peppers, we're going to use about 6 peppers. You can use all green, red, yellow, orange. You can mix all your peppers. And then the twist is we're going to throw in some sliced russet potatoes for this dish. We'll need salt, pepper, oregano, and olive oil. You want to preheat your oven to 375. And this is going to cook in the oven about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and then you should be good to go. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to slice up our sausage here. And then I usually just slice them on a diagonal cut like this. Now, if you don't want to cut them, you can also leave them whole. It's just really depending on what you like to do. I like to slice it because if you do want to use them in sandwiches, it is really nice to have them sliced up. And like I said, here I've mixed hot and sweet sausage. So every year in New York City, they have a festival called the San Gennaro Feast. It's always in September, and it is always down Little Italy. If you have not had a chance to enjoy this festival or go down there if you're visiting New York, if you live in the city or you live somewhere else, definitely make it a go-to. It is awesome. There is nothing better than getting a sausage and pepper sandwich off of the vendors on the street in those absolutely fabulous Italian rolls that they serve. And then you can work your way over to where they make the fresh zeppoles, which is something we will also do, which is a fried Italian dough. Just awesome. So after you use your sausage and you cut it, always want to wash those hands really, really good. Okay, so the next component is we are going to slice our peppers. I use about 6 peppers in this. It really just depends. If you want to use more peppers, you can. If you want to use less, whatever you would like to do. So I will grab a knife here. Now we'll cut our pepper here. I don't waste any of the pepper. So what I generally do is I will cut that top off just like I did here. And I'm just going to slice it around here just like this. Try to use it all. You can just put it in here. To clean the inside of the pepper, I just do this. A lot of people slice the bottom off. I don't. Cut this right in half like this. And then you can use your knife just to get the, we call this the rib, you can get that out. And whatever seed you might have in here. If you get a seed in the sausage and peppers, it's perfectly fine. And then I just dice it up. You can use small slices, large slices, whatever you'd like. And for this, like I said, I use about 6 peppers. And I have the rest of the peppers cut here. I've used red and green. You can use any kind of pepper you want. Perfectly fine. And then I have 1 onion. So here we're just going to cut that in half. Just going to dice it nice and thin. You can put in extra onion if you'd like. This is all personal preference. If you want to use more peppers, go for it. If you're having a crowd, this is really a great dish to make a day beforehand. You can just serve it in a big platter and put a bunch of really crusty Italian bread in there and just let everybody make a nice sandwich. Great for a football game. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mix all of this up. And I will get my 2 big spoons here. Usually what I will do, as long as your hands are nice and clean, once I get everything else in here, I'm just going to use my hands to mix it all up. Okay, so you will need your olive oil. And you're going to use enough olive oil in here to coat this bottom of this pan. And I always put some up on top of this. Say about a ½ cup of olive oil. We're going to salt this. Then use our pepper. We're not going to use our oregano yet. We're just going to salt and pepper this up really nicely. And now for the twist. Now we're going to use our potatoes. So I've sliced, these are 3 russet potatoes, nice and thin. If you want to cut your potatoes ahead of time, perfectly fine. Just put them in some ice cold water so they don't, turn color. And we're just going to throw these in because then we are going to mix this entire dish together. And that's when we're going to put in the oregano. This cooks for, like I said, about 1 hour and 45 minutes. Should be good to go, depending on how your oven cooks. It's on a 375 oven. So now we're going to use our oregano. And I use this pretty liberally. Actually, I will even take the cover off this. Put it in my hand here. So you can get a nice helping of this oregano in here, especially when we have a big tray like this. You can eat this just on a plate. You can have a sandwich with it. Either way, it's just great. Now we're just going to mix it all in here. So what will happen here, I like everything a little crunchy, so your potatoes and your peppers and your onions will really get a nice coloring on them, and they'll be a little crispy. It's just a really great dish. You can put it in the middle rack in your oven at 375 and just let it cook. Generally, after the first hour, I will stir it all up again and let that other 45 minutes just cook, and then you will be good to go. So our hour and 45 minutes is up, and we are going to pull our sausage and peppers, potatoes out of the oven. As you can see, everything has a nice color. We have some good crispy potatoes in here. Sausage is cooked, and there you have it. There's your sausage, peppers, onions, and potatoes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Give a like, subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them. I'd be happy to answer anything you need. Thank you so much.